Hello and welcome to this Microsoft tutorial in which we are going to discuss the most important feature of the Microsoft Excel, and that is called the data validation. The data validation is what it is control your users to not put the invalid value in a Microsoft sheet. Here, the data validation can be used to create a validation rule that what kind of data can be entered into certain cells. You can also create a data validation on a columns, on a whole rows, that what type of data can be entered. Is the data would be numeric, or is the data would be the text, is the data would be between some range of the numeric values. Either you can use also the data validation to restrict the entries to select from the drop down list. How you can create the drop down list in a Microsoft Excel? If you are using some names of the customers, employees, etc., whatever it is, if you are using some names of employees frequently in a Microsoft Excel, why not you are creating the drop down list that you can select the names from the list easily. So you can, all of these application you can do in the data validation. So data validation is in the data menu. Here, this is the data that I have. Here, ID, gender, birth date, education. So here first I want to put the validation in the education column here, that the entry of the education must be between the 5 and 16. So if I'm writing here, okay, my validation is going to the validation, click on this, any value put on this drop down and select the whole number. So the minimum value in this selected area should to be 5 and the maximum value should to be 15. Okay, now all of these values are between the 5 and 15. Only this 16 is above the 15, but this is the invalid value. So if I am writing here the 12, it is acceptable. If I am writing here the 3, it is not acceptable because the condition is not fulfilled. Cancel. If I am writing here the 4, this is below 5, so it would not be acceptable here. So if I am writing here the, for example, writing here the 22, this is above the 15, this is not acceptable in any case. Only this value is above 15, and this value has been put before giving the validation. So how you can define and visualize the invalid data in the Microsoft Excel sheet? So going to the data validation and circle the invalid data. If you circle the invalid data, look at this, all of the invalid data has been highlighted and in the red circled. So you can also you can put on this and you write a 12 here. Now the circle has been removed. You can write the 2 here. So it should be like it is the invalid values. Okay, if you want to remove the circle, clear the validation circle, it has been cleared. So you can do this. The second thing you can provide to this validation is, for example, I am removing this validation, data validation, and clear all. I am putting the another validation to this, that whole number. Again, that validation, that would be maximum between the second maximum between 5 and 20. Click on OK. Before going to click on OK, put input message. The input message should to be hi user. It is the put the values, put between 5 and 20. This is the message that we are providing to the user. If still they are providing and putting the invalid value, so if you want to warn them, if you want to stop them or giving the information, so I want to stop them and giving the title that hi users, it's wrong values. It's wrong value. Okay, Now if you are clicking on this, it provides you the information that hi user, put the value between the 5 and 20. If still you don't know the English, if you have no education or stuff like that, if you are providing the value 29, it give you the stop button. Hi user, it's the wrong value. It give you the message of this. If you click on the warning button, it would allow you to put the invalid value after clicking on yes, after clicking on the warning button, but that value would be considered as an invalid value. The second thing in the data validation is the decimal. If you are writing the decimal value, like my data range should to be between the 5.45 and 6.45, so that values would be acceptable, other value would not to be acceptable. The thing, the list is very important. Here I am only using the male and female. Instead of writing the male and female again and again, why not I am creating the list. First of all, I delete this and write here the, for example, one, this is the male and here female. So only these two you have written this, and go to the data validation. First of all, you have to select the area, data validation, and create the list. Okay, and now you have to write here, you can also write here male comma female, and you can also select these two. Okay, now only these types of data would look at this. This is the menu, this is the drop down list. You can create the you can select the male and female. If you are writing something here like this, it would not be acceptable. Only the two words, only male and female, would to be acceptable in this range. So in this way you can create the drop down list. If you are serving the frequent customer, then you can create their drop down list and stuff like that. Going to the data validation, and the next thing is the date. Like the date is very important. If you are giving the condition to this date, only I am giving the condition to the date. Click on this date, and the start date should to be acceptable is, like for example, 02/03/1930, and the end date, for example, is 2/3/2000. Okay, this is the some of these. There must be some date which is out of the range. If you are, for example, if you are writing 2012 here, it would not acceptable. It would be not acceptable because the last date is 2000. But here look at this 29. This is the invalid value. So if you click on this circle button, it would be circle the invalid value. Look at this. This has been circled. It means that it is the invalid value. If you write here the 31, if you write here the 31, it would be then acceptable. It not would be considered as invalid values. You can also provide this type of the validation to the time and also to the text length. For example, in this area I am writing here the names of the customer, that the name of the customer should to be between the 5 and 20 characters. So here data validation and going to the text length. Okay, the minimum characters of the name should to be 5 and the maximum character should to be 20. Click on OK. You can also provide the messages. If I write here the 2 characters, it would not be acceptable. If I write here, for example, here this, so it is between the 5 and 20, so it would be acceptable, and stuff like that you can provide. I'm sure that you have the command of this data validation now. So the next thing in the data validation is the custom. So here first of all I am removing all of these data validation rules from here, from the entire sheet. Click on this data validation, okay, and clear all the rules from the data validation. Select OK. Now all of this data validation, this is the area that I have only male and female. It means I am writing here the text only. Okay, I don't want to write here the number. So how you can do this? Data validation, click on the data validation and create the custom. Click on the custom, and in the custom you have to write here the is equal to is text. It would check that either it is text. If it is text, it's okay. If it's not text, then it would be the problem, and the Microsoft Excel data validation would not leave you. So here, what is the name of this highlighted circle? Its name is B2. Right here B2 and click on OK. I am writing here the error alert, and please put the text, and the text should to be male or female. It's okay. Users. Okay, click on OK. Now if you are writing here the any text, it would be acceptable, but if you are writing number, it would not be acceptable. Please put the text male or female. So in this way you can create and you can use the data validation in Microsoft Excel. If you think this video is helpful for you, please like this video and subscribe to this channel. This channel is new, and please subscribe to this channel. Thank you for watching this